Yes, this is Chrissie. How are you doing today?
Hi, Chrissie. This is Donald from Obituary. Okay, cool.
I would actually like to start off asking about the Carnival of Death Tour that's coming up in September that travels through the U.S. and Canada. I want to know how you guys feel about getting ready to play on what's being called the year's most relentlessly brutal, old-school metal package with Broken Hope, Decrepit Birth, Jungle Rot, and Encrust.
I think it's a pretty good bill. To have, Obituary hasn't done an exclusive, tour in America in years. Probably over 3 years since they've really done a full tour. So that's exciting, all by itself. But to have Broken Hope, with their reuniting, and I believe it's their first tour in probably a decade. So I think fans are in for a treat because they don't see us enough, especially in Canada. We do not get to Canada enough. So I hope that fans realize that this is a very rare opportunity to see this many bands and to see Obituary and Broken Hope together. It should be a pretty cool package for the fans. And we're trying our best. Obituary's trying our best to make this a special set list too. We're actually asking people on our Facebook page and through Twitter to tell us what songs they're thinking about that they would like to see us play, because it's so many years, and the first 4 albums now are over 20 years old, and so we're actually considering a classic set of just the early albums. So we're pretty excited about seeing what the fans have to say.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see that myself. And at Front Row for Life, what we did is we posted on our wall, and we asked some of our fans what they wanted to see you guys play. And a couple of the responses that we had gotten was, one person was like, we just want to hear the entire first 2 albums. Slowly We Rot and Cause of Death. One person, they want to hear Infected from Slowly We Rot. And me personally, I love Back to One from the End Complete, because I love how it makes me want to mosh, even though I'm 40 years old and I can barely walk.
Well, that's the response we seem to be getting is, people are wanting to hear the old stuff. And, a lot of bands would take offense to people wanting to ignore their most recent records. But, Obituary has been a band for so long now that I totally understand that. I understand people loving the first 2 albums. So there is definitely a lot of discussions in the band room, and believe it or not, a lot of arguments, because it's so hard. It's so hard to pick what songs are going to be played off those first 2 or 3 albums. And so we're really leaving it up to the fans to at least give us an idea of what they're thinking, and we'll take their opinions to heart, and we will adjust the set list accordingly. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have to wonder now, since you're pulling out these old songs that you don't normally play when you go out on tour, do you feel that you're going to have to tweak them a little bit because you've grown musically in all of these years?
No, we're not going to have to tweak the song. We're going to have to tweak our brains, because it's been so long that some of the songs, I mean, really, I sat down and listened to the whole Slowly album the day before yesterday, and there's some of those songs where I look at the title of the song before it starts, and I honestly, I can't hum the first riff off of this song, as I totally forget what song this is. And then when it kicks in, I'm like, oh yeah, of course I remember this song. So I think the band's got to tweak themselves around the song, and not necessarily the song around the band. We want to play it like it was the way it was written when we were teenagers. So that's kind of the approach we're taking. I think the only thing that'll get tweaked, and it's always naturally, is the tempo of the songs. Is when you're young and when you're recording an album, I just know from years past, you listen back to it and you really wish you would have just taken a breath and relaxed a little bit and not played the song so fast on the album, or the opposite, maybe the song could have been picked up a little bit. So that's the only tweak we'll probably do, is with the tempo timing of the song. But we're going to try and keep the rhythms
Trilogy album in 2001. Are you concerned you might want to sit down and put together, you might feel like you wind up having to do an entire remastered album for the older albums?
I don't know. That's something in the future we might think of. Right now, we obviously are going to be quite busy for the rest of this year. So we're going to try and just get a set list together for this American tour, and we'll bring that to Europe also if we go in November, December, which they're considering. So at this point, our main focus in the studio is the new album. We're very excited about the 3 or 4 new songs that we already have, and we will continue writing the new record. And then the main focus now is to really get this set list thought of and really start practicing it, because some of these songs we haven't played in 15 or 20 years, so
right.
It's going to definitely take some time to relearn these songs and etch them into our brain again.
Now, will you preview any of the new songs on tour?
We will not. We are definitely taking our time with the new album. There's nothing but a few songs. There's no concept. There's no titles. There's no lyrics yet. The way myself and Trevor write, we get together and we write rhythms together. And most of the time it's my brother sitting there listening, but it's not like he's sitting there practicing it and singing songs yet. So the songs are far from finished, especially for a live performance. And again, with the classic set list that we're trying to do, we're definitely going to stick with the old stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. I know the fans are going to absolutely love that. Absolutely. Is there any place in particular that you're really looking forward to hitting along this tour?
I can't think of the cities in Canada, but I know we're going literally, we start in the East Coast, we go all the way across Canada. And that to me is cool, because I don't know if Obituary has done that. Maybe only one time way back in the day we might have went through the heart of Canada. So I'm looking forward to that. And then September 11th, we're in New York City to play. And what a strange coincidence, a cool coincidence that we're going to be playing New York City on September 11th. Those two are the ones that are sticking in my mind right now.
That's going to be awesome. That's going to be an intense show.
Yeah.
Now, can the fans look forward to you playing any smaller venues on your off days during the upcoming tour?
Well, this tour is it brings us straight back home. So there isn't any off days. It's I think 18 shows with 1 day off. And then by the time we make it home, we keep trying to write the new album and prepare for Europe for the end of the year. So the thing that I guess the thing I would tell fans that if they're reading or listening to the interviews that we're doing now is a lot of people are saying, dude, please come to Oklahoma, come to Tennessee, come to the Midwest and the eastern part of the United States. We will definitely keep that in mind, and we will do that the minute that we have the opportunity. This tour was, we were approached by it, and we knew it was a good timing for us to get out there and play some shows, but it is the cities, and most of the time it is the obvious cities that the promoters will pay and the kids will show up. So for those fans like in Ohio and Tennessee and South Carolina, there's no question that Obituary will make our way there eventually. It's just that for the rest of this year, we are super busy with just trying to complete this record and these other 2 tours coming up.
Okay. Now, I can't help but wonder, do you prefer playing in larger arenas or in the smaller venues where the crowds are right in your face?
I like the small crowds. There's something about it. I mean, I won't lie, but when you're in front of 20,000 at a big festival in Europe, it's pretty incredible, and it's definitely hair-raising. But there's nothing like a good venue that the kids are right there in front of you. You're only on a 3-foot high stage. There's no barrier, and they're right there singing with you and in your face. That is what Obituary is used to. That is what we're good at. That's our world. You get us on a huge stage in front of thousands, and we're not really that kind of band. You're not going to see band members running around doing an Angus Young or anything. So we're comfortable with a nice little comfy stage.
Oh, great. How does it feel to be sitting here 28 years later, talking about the fact that you're still on the road, just as hard-hitting and in your face as ever?
It's pretty unbelievable, honestly. I mean, I never would have guessed it. I know that even from a very young age, I knew I was going to do drumming for a living. I knew I was going to do it as a passion, as something that was going to be in my life forever. But I never would have guessed that the first and only band that I ever put together um, are as successful as we are, and we are lucky enough to still be doing this, and fortunate enough to still be very good friends to enjoy doing what we do. So we're one of the very few and one of the very lucky bands that we can say that we do this for a living, and it's still as much fun as when I was 16 years old. And that's saying a lot because I'll be 43 here shortly. So we're still, and I'm the youngest of the band. So we are definitely some old dudes nowadays that are still very happy to throw down with the young guys.
Yeah, it's not common that you find that first band that you put together and it just lasts forever.
Right.
That's incredible. Now, I know the official details on the next album won't be out for a few weeks, but I have to ask, is there anything that you can give a sneak preview of to your fans?
All I can say is what I know. We are in the songwriting stage, and like I said earlier, that means that we never hear John sing. It's not like he busts out a microphone and practices while we're playing these songs. He does it on his own, in his own world, with his own notebook. So I can definitely tell fans that from what me and Trevor have already started writing, there is some songs on this album that I'm very excited for people to hear. It is definitely going back to the old school. It's almost like Obituary meets Sepultura at certain points of some of these riffs that Trevor has written. And I'm just super excited about it because, I've studied so much when it comes to metal drummers and listening lately just to some of these younger shredding drummers that it's amazing to see the speed and how fast these guys can do it, but it also puts the reality that a lot of them don't really quite get it. They don't understand that it's not always about speed or how fast your feet can go per minute. It's about having the know-how of throwing down a very groovy, listenable song that even non-death metal people might enjoy. And with Obituary, I think we're finally getting our neck where we are not afraid to write riffs that will draw people to us that necessarily don't like death metal. And I've definitely felt it on these first few songs that they are incredibly approachable to people that would otherwise be afraid of the deicides, of the cannibals of the world. Obituary's definitely got some riffs that people will not be afraid of and they'll really enjoy.
Awesome. I know you have me excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. Is there any word on, I know there was talk earlier in the year about a possible deal of you guys working with Century Media. Is there any news on that?
Century Media is definitely on our radar, and I believe we are high on their radar. Nothing has been confirmed, but I can say that at this point they are the ones that we will be more than happy to spend with. They have definitely shown interest, and more importantly, they have already shown that they're ready for an amazing game plan for Obituary because, the reality of this world is it's very hard for bands to sell records, so the record label and the band have to be on the same game plan, and we really have to use our social media networks to get out there and explain to the fans that the only thing that keeps us alive is the fan support, because, without the fans, why would we even do albums? What band wants to put an album out that doesn't get into the fans? So we just simply beg the fans that just know their job is simply to go buy the record of the bands that you love, because the bands are dumping all their money into it and all their heart and soul into it. So, Century Media is on that same game plan where we really have to make sure that the whole world knows that Obituary's album's coming out, and we beg the fans to really just support us by simply buying the record.
Okay, awesome. Now, I have to ask, what's it like being on the road and working with your brother all the time?
Well, it's an easy answer. It's amazing. I've only done it without my brother for a few years with Andrew WK when I just went on tour with the band and I was by myself. So it makes it so much easier for me. We've always been together anyway. We lived with each other until I think I lived with him until maybe 6 years ago when he finally kicked me out because he has a family now. So we've always been together. We've always lived together. I'm over at his house still where the studio is almost every day. So I really wouldn't want it any other way. And we're fortunate that we're best friends. We're brothers and best friends. And I've known Trevor since I was 11 years old. So he's just as close as a brother than anyone on this planet is to me. So that having the three of us, we are a tight knit, and it does make it much easier on the road because the road is definitely tough at some points.
And does it make it easier on the writing process? Can you guys pretty much like read one another's minds when you're sitting down to write?
I think so. The minute I hear something that's coming out of Trevor, I already know exactly probably what this song should be doing and is going to do, and I think that's a good thing. It's not like he's got to go home and record by himself the whole song so he can explain to me what he's thinking. We really are on the same brainwave, and it makes it a fun process writing because most of the time we'll go into the next riff together without even really looking at each other, just knowing that it should be changing here. And I mean, Lord knows we have 90 songs together, so I think we kind of got it down pat by now.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, I've heard you mention before that you want to start producing and engineering albums for other bands. Have you had the time to do this?
Yeah, I have not had the time except for some friends right here in Tampa, and it is very fun for me. I can only imagine that I'm going to be busy for these next few years to where I wouldn't even have any time at all. But eventually, I would absolutely love to take on projects, especially projects that I'm excited about. I would never just become, I don't say never, I don't have any plans on just becoming an engineer or a studio producer to try and make a living with any band that can come in that can afford my studio. I would always take the time to make sure that it's a band that I'm excited about and band members that I know can perform in the studio, because that's really the only fun part is when you got a really awesome drummer that you really don't have to do much to, but just allow him to record. That's the fun part. If you have a band, a young band that's struggling and the drummer is just all over the place and he's expecting you to quantize everything and fix bass drums, that's not my world. I'm far from an engineer like that. I'm more of a visionary, and I think I can help good albums become great albums if and when I get the opportunity with some of the bands.
Okay. Now, do you think that you'll be producing the new album like you have in previous years?
Definitely. We own the studio now, so the last 3 albums we've done on our own, and we're very happy doing it that way. We always just track the album at John's house. Once we're done with the recording, we would always take it to a third ear, a fresh ear, someone that has a lot of experience, and someone that can bring in some new ideas for us. And there's no question we're gonna do the new album that way. And then same thing with the Tardy Brothers' new album. It's gonna be something that I'm gonna conquer on my own. Maybe we'll catch flack from that in the future of people saying it could have been a better sounding album had you brought in a big engineer or a big producer, but that's not the world of Obituary. We enjoy doing what we do, and we're pretty good at it. So why not learn with what we have and just have fun with what we're doing?
Right, exactly. You've been around long enough, you might as well. Who knows Obituary better than Obituary?
All right.
Now, is there, I'm assuming from the conversation that we really don't have an expectation of when the full-length album might hit the stores then?
We do not.
Okay.
I know we're going to write all the way through January, February probably, and that's when we'll start focusing on the recording of the album. That's when we'll get with the record label and really focus on when is the perfect time next year. Are we shooting for the summertime of 2013 when the summer and the festivals start happening in Europe? When is the perfect release date? We haven't really discussed it in length yet. The most important thing is the band to get home and have a good time writing this album and really get a quality record together. So we're prepared with the product when we say the time is right, and that's an easy thing. You know, the main thing is getting the song done and getting the album recorded, and then we'll leave that up to the record label to give us their opinion when would they like it in stores and out to the world.
Okay, now I just have a handful of quick questions, and I'll be done taking up your time. I want to know, how does it feel to be known as one of the bands that started it all in the death metal scene 28 years ago?
I don't know. I mean, it's cool because I'm still a fan of metal. I'm still a fan of my band, and it's hard to believe that it was that long ago, because I still live in the same area that I used to ride my bike around and listen to Nasty Savage and Sabotage, and I live literally 1 mile from a club that has been doing it forever, the Brass Mug, and it's right around my area, so it's weird that it did start right here in Tampa, and it was that long ago. So, you know, it really hits me when I have friends of bands that are way bigger than me explain to me how I started their career and how they worshipped it. You know, Joey from Slipknot, when I first met him years ago, he told me that he used to work in the kitchen washing dishes, and he would just bother the whole kitchen when the restaurant would close and they had to clean up. He would blast Cause of Death, and I just thought that was so cool because now here he is. He's beyond legendary. His band is one of the biggest things, literally, in metal on this planet, and to know that part of it was because of my drumming. It got him into wanting to drum. That's super cool.
Yeah. That's got to feel good when you hear somebody say, "You're the reason I started doing what I do."
Absolutely.
Now, what was the music scene like in Florida for you guys at that time? Would you say that affected your musical path?
I think so, because right in my neighborhood, before I even was old enough to drive a car, I would just ride my bike in my neighborhood, and just in my neighborhood, in the neighboring neighborhoods, was Sabotage practicing, and Nasty Savage was practicing, and then you would see in the early 80s, 85, 86, it would be every weekend something would be going on. Chuck with Death would be playing a show. We would get to open for them. We would open for Sabotage, and that definitely inspired us more than the world of metal. The Florida metal scene definitely grabbed our attention at a very early age, and then of course, the minute we heard Slayer and Venom and Hellhammer, I mean that's when it clicked that we want to be extreme and we want to be heavy. But definitely the Central Florida music scene definitely molded us into what we are.
Okay, so you would definitely say this is part of the reason you chose to go with the slow, guttural, but fast, thrashy sound you came up with.
That, and it's also because it's what we were good at. You know, I'm not a fast drummer. I would never even attempt it because it's just not my thing. So I grew up to Led Zeppelin and John Bonham and Vinny Appice and Ronnie James Dio. So those were my drummers. That was my world. That was what I loved, was that groove, just a man behind a drum kit holding it down solid, good rock drum beats, and that's what I grew up to, and it turned it from that into a little bit more metal for me.
Okay. Now, I remember back in the 80s, it seemed to be the norm that bands would include lyric sheets with their music so their fans could sing along with them. What was it that made you guys decide to not do this?
Well, it's a very well-known fact that, I mean, the first two records, the reason we didn't do it is because John really didn't have full lyrics. So there would have been nothing to print.
Okay.
And then once the album, once the Incomplete and World Demise, when he actually had a lot more ideas lyrically, he still wasn't the singer that just wrote out full sentences and tried to write a story behind the song or have a reason behind his words. He was there to fill that hole. The music was a certain, a certain attitude, and so was his voice, not his lyrics. So that was, that's the reason why Obituary is what we are. It's just John's voice is awesome, and it doesn't really matter what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Now, I must say that I love the fact that on your website, obituary.cc, You offer your fans an opportunity to watch a webcam of your studio 24 hours, 7 days a week. However, I can't help but wonder if you've ever done anything in there that that left you thinking, oh crap, did anyone see me do that?
Me, yes, because I'm always in there, and if I'm in there, most of the time I'm either warming up and preparing to practice, or I'm just listening to some Lamb of God or something, and I definitely find myself grabbing a broomstick or something and air guitaring, or doing something stupid like that, and without remembering that there could be people watching, so that's about the extent of it, and just acting like a fool in front of a camera and forgetting that it's there is it's probably happened multiple times.
Now, what would be the best time for your fans to check in on the webcam so they can see Obituary in the studio working on music?
That's the magic of it being a 24-hour camera. If you log in and it looks like it's not doing anything, that means the lights are out in the studio. If you turn it on and you see the pool table sitting there or the drum kit, that means someone's probably in and out of there. So there's never a set time. I go over there in the mornings, Eastern time, probably around 11 in the morning. Or sometimes I'm there at midnight when John's family goes to bed. Sometimes I go in there and try and create some of the Tardy Brothers stuff. Okay, great.
Now, finally, before we wrap up our interview, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Well, the main thing is with the Carnival of Death Tour. This is one that's very important to us. It's been many years since we've been all the way across Canada and the United States, and we really need the support of the fans. I know we know that time is tight, tough. Money is very tight, and we understand that. That's why we beg the promoters to try to keep it a low ticket price. And Obituary is doing our best to put together a set that even if people have seen us 100 times, they're going to see something different. If they've never seen us, wonderful. They're about to see some of the old classic songs that made us who we are.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really hope that you enjoy your tour and just kick ass.
Great. Thanks, Chrissie. It was good talking to you.
It was nice talking to you, too. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.